My dear brothers and sisters in Islam, we all have greatness within us. Allah created us all equal. There's greatness in each and every single one of us. We're the only one that's standing in our own way. Say Ukbe ibn Amir radiallahu anhu, the Sahabi of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, was a sheep herder. A sheep herder. He used to herd sheep. As soon as he heard that the Prophet arrived, he immediately left everything and went and gave him bay'ah, pledge of allegiance. But this man was very poor. He only had 5 sheep. Him and all his fellow sheep herders, 12 of them became Muslim that day. And they went back to their sheep. And their sheep were very far outside of Medina. So much so that the Prophet allowed them to choose whether they want the pledge of allegiance of the people of Mecca, the Muhajirin, or the Ansar of Medina, because they were so far away from Medina and between Mecca and Medina that they had the choice. That's how far away they were. So amongst themselves, these 12 sheep herders who became Muslim, they used to take turns to leave their sheep with the rest of the sheep herders and go learn from the Prophet and then come back and teach each other. But Ukbe ibn Amir was so poor, he only had 5 sheep, that he couldn't afford to lose or to give anyone his sheep and lose a sheep. So he used to tell his companions, whoever wants to go see the Prophet and learn, leave your sheep with me. I don't want to go. I can't go. I can't afford to lose anything. On one condition, come back and teach me. And this used to happen for a while, until one day he woke up to himself. Listen to his statement. He said, woe to you. He's speaking to himself. Woe to you. Is it because of a flock of sheep that you remain thin and wretched and lose the opportunity to be in the company of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and to speak to him directly without an intermediary? This is him speaking to himself. Immediately he gave away his 5 sheep and he went and sat at the feet of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Well, dear brothers and sisters, we all know the hadith, come to Allah Azza wa Jal one handspan and He'll come to you in arm's length. Come to Allah one arm's length, and He'll come to you one handspan, He comes to you 1 arm's length. You come to Allah Azza wa Jal one arm's length, He comes to you 2 arms length. If you come to Allah Azza wa Jal walking, the Lord of the heavens and the earth comes to you running. This man made a change, a step closer to Allah Azza wa Jal. What was the result? What was the result of his sacrifice? It was only 5 sheep, but that's all he had, so it was 100% sacrifice. The result, my dear brothers and sisters in Islam, was that within 10 years, he became one of the most outstanding scholars, not just of any time, of the companions of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. A distinguished muqri' of the Quran, a muhaddith, a faqih, an adib, a sha'ir, a military commander, and a governor of more than one city. A sheep herder, a person who used to herd sheep. Everything he owed in this whole world was 5 sheep. He was the governor of cities within 10 years. He had such a beautiful voice for the Quran that Umar radiallahu anhu used to call him to recite to him, and he would not leave until all of Umar's beard was drenched in tears. Look at what a sheep herder became. How did he become that? None of us here are sheep herders. None of us are that low in stature in this world. We're all living, we're all eating, drinking, we have houses, we're married, we've got kids. No one is at his stature. But look where he got. What got him there? His sacrifice. It doesn't matter the amount that you sacrifice. It's how much that sacrifice means to you. See, when Abu Bakr and Umar came to the Prophet ﷺ bringing wealth, right? On the way there, did you know that Abu Bakr actually had a small bag? We all know the story where they both came to give to the Prophet ﷺ. On the way, Abu Bakr was holding a small bag. Umar came behind him and he looked at Abu Bakr holding a small bag. He was holding many bags on his back. He thought to himself, today I'm going to beat Abu Bakr. When they got to Rasulullah ﷺ, and Rasulullah ﷺ asked him, how much of your wealth are you giving, Ya Abu Bakr? He said, I'm giving everything, Ya Allah. That's all he had, that small bag. That's all he had in his house. When Umar radiallahu anhu heard this, He made a famous statement. He said, how dare the likes of you, O Umar, try to compete with the likes of Abu Bakr. That's right, he had many bags, but that was only half of his wealth. A guy could give millions, but if he's a billionaire, a guy who's given $100 that's only got 200's got more reward. It's more of a sacrifice for him. He's only got 100. My dear brothers and sisters in Islam, it's a sacrifice. It's sacrifice that brings success, that brings achievement.